Tesup update number 20, I guess. Turbine's still there. Waiting on parts and pieces, of course. So, again, to get this powered up, has to have 50 volts. So, ordered this online. I got 60 volt DC power supply, Amazon, whatever the thing is, SPS 305. So, that's basically what I got online. Also picked up my other shackle for the lift point. I'll show you here in a second. So that will power that up. I have the software. I have the CD driver that came in the mail. Now I'm just waiting on the RS 485, is it? I believe so. What's that thing say? 485 connector in there, so I can put power to it, hook up the laptop to it, do the installer, put the power curve in there for the wind. We're getting to that point. So, 3 sections over here. This is going to be the lift point. I'll give you an idea of what we're going to be doing here. So, this is at the 30 foot. I'm going to have another one at the 40 foot, but I'm going to try at the 30 foot. There's going to be 3 sections. The cable is going to come from the base, which I'll show you over here. So, wish I had one of those GoPro things. I wouldn't have to do this by hand. So, tilt plate. This is what I've been busy. I've been off doing this. I had to make a counter puller for the winch, the hand winch. So hand winch is going to be, I'll show you that, it's in the shed actually. Mount the hand winch here. I modified it. I'm going to make a shorter handle. I made the handle last night, believe it or not. I was going to put it down here. I might even still, if this bee doesn't sting me in my face here. God, all right, stop, bee. Stop before you die. One aggravated bee, and now my video is all over the place. So, yeah, hazards of having 4 beehives, right, and a beekeeper. So, I don't think they like this galvanized spray paint. So, which is either going to be mounted here. I'm going to think this twice. The original handle is pretty long. So, and the crank sits here, so it comes out and sort of bangs against here. So, I might do an extension rod out here to crank it, but that's a pain in the neck. Or mount it up here with a short crank. And up here I can get a small hand crank about this distance from it. So I'll show you here in a second. Any suggestions, appreciate it, man, if you send something out. So I built this up. So crank goes here, cable comes off this top pulley. That goes out 30 feet to that first set of dual pulleys I had on the other piece. Excuse me. Comes back from there, tags into this pulley right here, then goes back out to the 30-foot section. That should eliminate, I believe, half. I'd have to do the diagram again. Half the lifting weight. So this is 675 or 525, about 600 pounds roughly, 605. So that only brings down to 300 pounds of pull. So based on the pivot points. So that pulley, the crank is rated at 1,500 pounds. I did not want to go small and have a failure. So I got to base this on my smallest one, doing this when I'm not here. So anyway, we put in the flex tube. I put that in, and then I buried the conduit 18 inches down. Got the ground wire, number 4, going down there into the lightning, or the grounding rod. Hopefully it never gets hit by lightning. So that's it. And then I'll show you the crank. Anybody has some suggestions? I know you can do it by drill and all the rest of that stuff. I'm not going to do that. Might make it easier on the kids, but... So, there we go. This is $151 worth of crank. Not too sure about the brand and everything, but anyway, this bad boy can be mounted up like so. And that'd be right to the pulley and out. I can make this. I made this end last night, so I squared that out, made that for that. So what I'm going to do is cut this and put my own handle on there. Make a short handle, see how it works, if I can do it right from there. So it's going to have a short throw, maybe 7-8 inches. The original is about 12 inches. If I put it down here, I could get more throw and more crank. I might. I'm going to mount it in 2 different places and try it first, and then try with the long handle first, see how it works, and then go with the short handle. So that's what I've been up to. Got this. So this is basically welded unistrut to the bottom plate. Then I had these there, and everybody knows unistrut, it always pivots. So I welded each individual joint, even down there, I welded those. So the bolts are there now, just holding it together, but it's actually welded. These are all cross sections are welded. And the main thing was, when I was pulling on it this way, giving it torque, the thing was lifting in the back. So that was basically lifting from the sides from here. This was lifting right here, and that was lifting off about a 1/4 inch off the ground every time I put some torque on the upper part here going out. So what I decided to do is pull down on it. I welded that there, welded the unistrut there, and now it doesn't lift at all. And then these basically are stabilizers, because unistrut will just twist away, and I didn't want, you know, that much twisting in it. So now when I pull on this whole thing, it is solid as a rock. And then when I pull this way, I get maybe 1/16 and 1/8 inch lift before it stops. So that's basically flexing the steel. Really wasn't going to run anything further out and try to lift it. That plate is solid to the ground, so that's about it. So all right, next step is waiting on the RS-45 cable, program the inverter. Once I get that, and I hook up the power source to it, I can get that as a test run and then blow it with the leaf blower and get the thing spinning. So now I just got to make sure I calculated the angle for that to that. I'm just hoping the tilt plate doesn't come back and catch the edge of that, which I don't think it does. It's pretty darn close. If you look straight down, the end of the tilt plate is roughly right there, so it should clear this. So I'm going to try that here in a few seconds. One-man show. Wish I did have a GoPro. The GoPros are probably pretty cool. I could put that on the stand, let this thing do time lapse as I'm working. So that would have been a few days worth of stuff. So all right, we'll call it quits there, and I'll update you later when we get going.